Hey everyone, this is Chris. This is my first video for YouTube. My goal with this channel is going to be to document my progress as a chess player and just see how far I can take my game. My current rating, I have a rapid rating of 1100 on chess.com, so I'm definitely a novice player. I've been playing on and off for a few years, but I've never really seriously tried to improve my game. I have been watching people play chess online through YouTube videos for a few years now. I've been a big fan of International Master John Bartholomew. His channel is really nice. He has a lot of really great videos on there. And watching those and other videos on YouTube and starting to play more chess online, I thought it would be fun to try and make these videos myself. I felt like it would be a good way to motivate myself to play more. And I think recording these games and being able to watch them and see how I analyze a game in the moment and what I'm missing, I think that'll be a really helpful way to improve faster. I don't have a set goal in mind for a rating that I want to hit yet, but that could happen down the road. Right now, I'm just going to try and not blunder a piece in this game in my first video. So before I dive into playing the first game, I'm going to look back on 3 games that I played in the last month or so and just highlight one mistake that I made in each game that might be a helpful reminder as I start to play this next game here in a sec. So the first one I'm going to show I'm playing is white, and I just took the c7 pawn with my queen. Black takes on f3, and it's my move. Black is threatening something here, and I'll give you a second to think about it. In the game, I played queen takes b7. My thought process was I can attack this rook. I'm defending this pawn. I was really fixated on how black was attacking both of these pawns, and what I totally missed and what my opponent missed was that they have a perpetual check. So they could have drawn the game here, and I completely missed it because I wasn't thinking about my opponent's threats. I just saw this capture, I went for it, and I missed they have a perpetual check here. I can't get out of it. They can just draw the game, and I'm up material here, and I think I have a better position, but I totally let that slip, and I got lucky that my opponent missed it. In this game here, I'm playing white. I have another good position. Check with the queen. Black defends with the pawn, and I have the nice choice between capturing with the queen or capturing with the bishop to check the king again. I'll give you a second to think about which piece you should do it with. So in the game, I make the mistake of taking with the queen, and the king starts to kind of slip away. What I should have done was calculate both of them and take with the bishop. And either way they go, it's mate in 2. If they go down here, it's mate. If they'd gone up, it would have been mate on f7. And I didn't see that. I took with the queen. The king kind of slipped away, and the game went on for another 20 moves. I eventually won, but I made it a lot harder on myself than it needed to be. And a good thing for me to remember here is I have 15 minutes left on the clock. I have a ton of time in this game still, and I had a very easy calculation to make. And the reason I missed that wasn't because I didn't calculate it properly. It was that I didn't calculate it at all. I just saw the queen move, I took it, and I didn't think about if I had any better options, which I did. So if I'm in a good position and I have the time, make sure you slow down and calculate everything so you don't miss the best move. And the last one, this one's painful. Not super instructional, but it's a good reminder for me. I took that pawn on a7. They check. I come up, and they hop over to f4, and they're attacking my knight. I have 3 loose pieces in this position. The pawn's being double attacked, but the main one here is they're going after my knight, and I played pawn to b4. And they took my knight. And I was a little down on time, but I had enough time, and I just had tunnel vision at the end of this game. I was up material, I felt like I needed to push my pawns, and I just completely missed it and gave them the game. That one hurt. So I ended with that one because I do not want to blunder and just like give my opponent a piece in this first game. So fingers crossed. We're gonna play a 15-minute game with the 10-second increment. Look for an opponent. I like playing this time. Quite a few players on YouTube have recommended it as a good time control for improvement. You have enough time to think through things. The 10-second increment prevents a crazy scramble, and we have a Scandinavian. I rarely ever play against these, but I'm going to take. So in general, my opening theory is terrible. I mean, I'm a pretty novice player. I have a decent grasp on opening principles and things to avoid, but there's still a lot to learn. And yeah, a good goal for me would just be to not blunder a piece and try to play sound moves here. So they went back with the queen. I want to develop. Getting my knight out sounds nice. I don't think I need to rush the bishop. If I bring my knight out, yeah, I'm gonna do that. They could do that in response, but that's okay. So let's just develop a piece, go from there. With openings like this, I don't play against the Scandinavian very often, so I am really uncomfortable right out of the gate in terms of moves that I know I should avoid. So I really have to try to rely on just like playing good, solid moves. So I can't advance here because they're double attacking it, but I mean, I would be too, but I don't think that makes a ton of sense to do. Getting the bishop out sounds nice, because then I could play this up. I don't want to play the pawn move up first, because then I kind of trap my bishop in here. I could do this. One annoying move that they have right out of the gate is this. I don't know if I want to play a pawn move right away, but they do have that. It's kind of a pain. If I just play here and they go here and I do this, they take. Nothing's hanging at the end of that line, so that's not true. So if they came down, yeah, if I played my bishop out, they could come down here. If I boot it, they take. If I take with my queen, they have knight e5 at the end of that. And it goes after both of them. I don't like that. But if they came down here, do I need to do that right away? No. I think I'm gonna do that. I really want a castle. I want to get castled. Okay, they don't pin. They go after this pawn. I could do this, or I could just castle right away. They're not really threatening anything with that, so I'm not too worried about it right away. One move I do have that doesn't seem... I don't know if it's really worthwhile. I can threaten this, but they could just come down, and I'm not really threatening anything, so that doesn't make sense. I think I should just castle, which is what I'm going to do. I want to get this next thing. Okay, they castle here. So now they've got double. They castle long. Take. I think I need to get this piece developed. I want to get my bishop developed. That's interesting. If I do that, they don't really have any places to put it, but that doesn't really lead to anything. That's just a one move attack. That's not smart. I'm trying to think about what to do next here. My only piece that isn't developed is this dark square bishop. Doing this makes a lot of sense. It is triple attacked, but it's triple defended, so I think I can do that and just get this out. Okay, they developed their knight. Now what's my plan? Well, that bishop is undefended. The bishop is undefended at the moment. And that pawn is kind of trapped. If I come up here with my knight, do you have a shot, like a counter shot? I don't really think you do, because I'm up here, I'm in a threat to take this, and that's a triple fork. So if I hop my knight into here, I am double attacking this. Do you have a defense? What's your defense for that? Is there any way you can block it? That doesn't help. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. I don't think you have a way to stop that. I think I'm going to do it. I think that's a good move. I don't see a good defense. I could be missing something. I don't want to spend forever on it because it looks like a pretty solid move. But there's not really, if you just try to boot it, I'm going to get a triple fork. If I go here and, well, let's say you just defend. You just bring the bishop back. Ah, that's the defense. So you just bring the bishop back. Ooh, that's another good move right here. No, that defends it. That's not. So if I do this, you just got to move the queen. If I do this first and you bring the bishop back, and then I do this, and you've got to move your queen. Can't go there, can't go there. Also, does that defend it? I don't think it does. If you came back here, I can just take it, and then if you take, it's the same thing. So no, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Thought about that for 2.5 minutes, but it seemed like an important move. You know, that's one of the nice things about these time controls, the 15-10. I have enough time to think through things and use the time to just like not rush and try to calculate a little bit. So one thing that I missed, I was kind of thinking here, they did this. Right, so a trade. If I take, the only way you take back is here, and then I go here. But I don't want to do it that way. It's not a guaranteed queen. It's not a guarantee that I can get this queen. So a basic defense here could just be top my pawn up. What are you going to do? You know, if I took and you took and I took, I'm taking with check, you go here, and I get that. So for my knight, I get a pawn and a queen and a bishop. If I take, you take. I take, you take, I take. You are getting this knight, and you are getting that queen, and I'm getting a pawn, a queen, and a bishop. So I'm up a pawn in that line. If I take, can you just move the queen? Where would you move it? I could take, and then that's a double fork no matter what. If you move somewhere, I can just move out of the way too. And I'm still threatening these pieces. So I think I really want to hop in there and take this. I'm going to go for it. And if you take, I'm going to take with check. You have to respond to it, and then I get this back. If you move this, I can just block. Okay. Right. Now, do I want to take... Yeah, I think I do want to take this. I could take with the knight, but the knight's kind of threatening that, which could be semi-useful. And I have this check in reserve after you move. So let's take first. Okay. So that was a good move. They are attacking. They're attacking this pawn. I can just defend it, which is what I'm going to do. I think that's really my only move here. I don't want to give you that piece. So let's do this. It's also defending that square from the knight. So we're up a pawn. I feel like the position is pretty even. They defend their knight. Now, this knight has to go. So I think what I want to do is just threaten the knight this way. You take, I take, and I don't think I'm in a position where I'm going to get trapped, but it's not great. But I'm really congested back here right now. I need to get out, and that's a way I see to do it. I could also hop in here and be maybe a little more aggressive. That doesn't sound terrible. I hop in, you take, I take, and then there's a pin there. I go, you take, I take, and I'm threatening this with a pin. I like that. I'm going to do that. I don't know if I'm missing anything, but right now I'm just attacking that rook. I think the knight's going to take. Yep, I'm going to take back. I would just take it. There's no like reveal. You could do that. I'd just let you have that. That's a strong move. Let's see if they see it. They can win my... Oh, no, they can't. They can't win it. It's defended. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. I do that a lot when I try to analyze games live. I'll get ahead of myself and like see something, or I think I see something, and just start yammering, just yapping. Okay, so they're attacking this bishop. What do I want to do with it? Can't check there. I can just attack them again. And then this pawn's defending it. So let's do that. Now if I do this, that's a double attack. So that's tricky. So if I do that, they take, I take, they take. And they're after that piece. So maybe I should just defend this. Keep the bishop where it is and just defend. I really need to get this rook out of the game, which means I need to get this knight. I mean, not this knight. I need to get my bishop out, like big time. It's really annoying, but I need to defend this right now. So I defend. They could hop down there. Hop back here. I'm running into the same problem. Either way, I'm running into that same problem, aren't I? Is there a way out of this? Could I just counterattack? You take, I take. That's also not great. If I defend, and then you come down here, you take that pawn. It's defended. Ah, wait a minute. If I come here to defend, you go here, and I just come back, I'm double defending it. Okay, I'm good. I'm just gonna defend. I'm good. Took me a second. You know, not to harp on the time thing again, but once again, look at the time controls here. My opponent has almost all their time. I don't know why everyone plays so fast at this rating level. I feel like all my opponents do this, where I have no time. I have 3 minutes left, and they have 14. They're playing so fast. I don't know. I don't know if it's annoying to like watch me play kind of slow, but I just feel like that's such a big thing at this rating level. It's like I'm trying to improve. I need to slow down and figure out what I'm doing. So that doesn't help. You can just take. That was a good move that I missed. If I go here, that piece is hanging. If I go here, and you take and I take, well, you can take, and then that's also really tricky. So I've got myself in quite a pickle here. It's not good. So what is happening here? I don't know if there's a way around this. I might just be in trouble here. Big time. If I go here, take, I don't want to be down a rook. I don't know if there's a way to save this rook, though. If I come back, you get a pawn. I mean, I am up a pawn. I don't think it's the end of the world if they get a pawn back. Maybe that's just what needs to happen here. I need to scoot back. They can take. I hop out over here. And I am definitely cramped. It's not good, but they can do this and try to get out. I think that's what needs to happen. I don't really think I have much of a choice. Ooh, that's trouble, though. Shit. Oh, never mind. It's covered. It's covered. I was looking at this fork, but I have it covered. Okay, so you can win that pawn. I have a minute 27 left, so I'm going to have to start playing faster. This is definitely a slight drawback to taking a little bit longer. Is there's still quite a bit of game left, and I'm not necessarily in a better position. I've just been trying to think through my moves a bit more, but now I am pretty low on time. So you're attacking this, kind of need to move out. So let's see what you do. Let's see what you do here. I think I could try and force a trade here, but that's not great because where the knight is. The knight and the bishop cover that twice. I wonder if there's a way I can trap the knight. They really don't have any squares to go to. They could just hop back and just get out of there and let me get out. I really want to get my rooks coordinated so that they're connected. Right now they're not, and it's just not ideal. I don't think for them trying to take this file helps because they can do this, and then I can get out with check. They got to move, then I can come back and I get the file. That doesn't seem great for them. I don't know. We'll see. While I'm waiting, I didn't really fully introduce myself. My name's Chris Corey. I'm 30. I live in Rochester, New York. I'm a graphic design professor. I've been playing chess since I was, I don't know, a teenager, but I never really tried to improve my game and take it seriously. I never studied chess. I just knew how to play since I was young, and I've always enjoyed it, but not until recently have I really thought about trying to push myself to get better at it. And look at that. They did exactly what I said I thought was a bad move. So was I wrong here? If I take and you take, I get to check. I mean, this kind of helps me unwind a bit, so I'm going to do it. One thing I do have to be careful of is back rank ideas. But this lets me get some pieces out into the game, so I'm all for it here. Right. So if I go here, I'm threatening mate in 1. So you have to deal with that. That would be a bad move. That would also be a bad move. How do I get out of here? That doesn't help me much. This is tricky. I don't really know what's the right move here, and I don't have a ton of time either. I could double attack this. I could defend. That doesn't seem terrible. kind of running low on time. Do not want to lose the game on time. I'd rather play a shitty move and lose than just outright run out of time. So, got to play a bit faster. I could just go here. Oh, okay. So you're going there. I'm going to take that piece. That pawn's hanging. Going to take that. Okay. I just bit my nail. I do not care. I have 43 seconds left. I got my pawn back. It's pretty even material. This is kind of just like a solid endgame where either of us could easily blow the game or win it. You're going to go after that pawn. I don't think I can defend it. So I'm just going to go back here at the moment. I don't really have a choice. Kind of have to play a pawn move to get out of this back rank situation. If I have the option, I'm going to go after this pawn next. It seems like the harder one to defend. I think that would be a good move for them. And I'm probably just going to push. Okay, they're going to go after that pawn. So if I do this, you take, I take. I think that makes sense. You're going to take, I'm going to take. Let's see. Let's see how this goes here. You know, I have pawn advantage over here. This is undefended. This is defended. I could bring this up and bring this up and try to start to just advance my pawns. I think that's what I should focus on. Okay, they defend. Do I attack here? They can't go, so I can kind of force a trade here, which I think helps me. I think the trade helps. Because it just lets me simplify the game that much more. I feel like I have an advantage with my pawns over on the right. I'm going to be able to scoop this pawn up pretty easily, and those are defended. So I don't know. We'll see what they do. I think they're going to take. I can take this. You take. I take. And I've got this kind of set. I can just hop up here. I'm attacking this and this. You're on this file, so you can't really get it a piece easy. If you check, I can come here. Yeah, I think my pieces are coordinated just enough where I can use my advantage on the right side of the board and do something. But we'll see. We'll see. Really? I take? Well, I gotta take. I have no time. So now I get to defend this piece, and I can attack that. So I am low on time here. Now if I do that, I'm going to trap this piece. If I come back here and you go there, I check, you can come down, I can get out. No, it's okay. I know this is pretty tricky because their king is active. This is not easy. I gotta get this pawn up the board. They did not play that properly. Check. Dope. So let's see. Check here. The check there. You can't go here, here. All right, this is one of those where I need to slow down now. I got a bunch of time back. I'm up material. I should be able to win this game pretty easily as long as I don't totally blow it. Check again. Check again. Now, if I check here, you can't go there. If I check here, you have to go here. I can check there. Yeah, I think that's good. Those are cut off. These are cut off. You have to go here. I get this check. You have to go there. And that's mate. All right, I think I take that. So check. Just want to, I got the time. Let's calculate it and actually like make sure I have it right. I check. Your only move is here, and then I check again, and that is mate. Boom. All right. Thank you for the game. That felt pretty good. What I'm going to try to do now is just go back and rewatch this, look at the analysis, and then I'll come back with a bit of commentary right afterwards. So be right back. Okay, I am back. I looked at the game a bit, and I found two pretty big mistakes. One was a terrible blunder that I made at the end of the game, and yeah, I'll just kind of highlight just a few key moments in here. I'm not gonna go in depth with the whole game, but one moment I know at the beginning of the game I was talking about here was I was contemplating whether or not I should develop the bishop or I should develop the pawn, and the pawn move is actually stronger in this scenario. So I was thinking about how they had 2 and 2, but if I advance the pawn, the computer wants play a6 to kind of prevent that knight move, and then I can push with my pawn again. Black moves their knight out of the way. I can develop with tempo. If they want to check, we can trade. I can castle. And in this position, you know, I'm a little bit up in development. I'm already castled. Not bad. Not how things went, though. Instead, I played my bishop up, and the game proceeded from there. One move we can get to is also instructive here. Move 8 for me. So black castles here, and in the game, I played d3, which was a mistake because this pawn is hanging, and I just didn't see it. I should have just nabbed that pawn right away. I nabbed the pawn, black can try to trap me, I take the knight, and I'm up material early on. And I did not see that, which is funny because what I wound up doing was kind of talking about this as a weakness, and I brought my knight in. So even here, I'm thinking about it as a weakness to try to go after this pawn, but I could have just taken it to begin with. But it's not nearly as strong now because the knight's not there anymore. So, yeah, I kind of missed out on that one. So the game kept going. There was a ton of inaccuracies in this game, which is to be expected. We're lower rated players. But one other big moment that I want to highlight here in this position, I made a big mistake. I got 32 seconds. So I'm feeling a little under the pressure with the time. I don't want to spend forever on these moves, but man, oh man, did I make a miscalculation here, and I got lucky my opponent didn't see it. I'm worried in this position that my rook is going to get captured, and I remember I said that while I was playing. The right move is to let them have the pawn and just scoot out of the way. I came back, which is a big blunder, because what I was not thinking about in the moment was this pawn can jump up twice, and I'm stuck. I'm stuck. And that's it. You know, if you think about it, like that move here, they're just black's a little bit up. Their position's a little better than mine right here. And my rating goes way down here. That's game. And they did not see it. And luckily, I managed to kind of scoot back and win the game. But that was pretty instructive for me because I did not see that in the moment, which is pretty common for me. I feel like I do play a little bit slower throughout the game. I'm trying to talk out loud and think through things. And I usually wind up in a bit of a time scramble at the end. Granted, having 30 seconds with like a 10-second increment, it's not like, you know, for a more experienced player, that wouldn't feel like that much of a time scramble. For me, it takes a little bit longer to think through everything, so it does feel a bit more intense. So I kind of got lucky on that one. But overall, I got the victory, and I will take it. And thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.